All right, I wanted to show you a few more features of iPiccy that you might find interesting to use. Here's a photo we took of our walk through the village today, and it's a texture photo, nice building. Of course, you may always want to crop and get your photograph cropped like you want. I think the right side of this photo is a little bit distracting, so I'm going to make sure that it's cropped out. I like the plants and I like the window, so those have to stay. I'm going to try to crop this a little closer. I like that better. All right, so cropping. Colors, you can certainly mess around with the colors, the saturation of the color. If you take all the saturation down to the far left to minus 100, it becomes basically a black and white photo. You can change the temperature in the color, warm it up, and as you move it this way, it'll turn more and more orange or red, and of course, cooling it off, it's going to turn more and more blue the other direction. So that's something you can try. One of the things you might like is sepia. Sepia is not really a color, although we sometimes refer to this color as sepia. It's more of a tone, and you have the ability to slide the sepia tone around, maybe a little more yellow, a little more brown. It's supposed to look like an old-time photo if you use that. Soften image, color boost, or an effect, those are all things that you might want to try and see. Vignetting is almost always used in portrait work. Basically, vignetting just darkens the edges of the photo, which makes your eye draw towards the middle. So if you're taking someone's photo and they're in the middle of the picture, you can always add a vignette. Sometimes it's overdone, like you see it all the time and you get tired of it, but generally it's a nice little addition. Then there are some vintage presets: Anthony, Jennifer, Susan, Henry, Robert, Polaroid film, Michelle, Daguerreotype, William, and Lomo. These are all presets. By just clicking them, it'll give you that preset look, and then you can work with it from there. But honestly, it's just finding a preset that you might like to try. Daguerreotype is supposed to emulate an old style photo as well. It's got kind of that sepia tone to it. And fancy focus, focal soften, focal pixelate, and focal zoom are used a lot more in portrait work, where we want a person to be in focus and the rest of it not. Gritty is kind of a neat little deal. It just makes it highlights the dark sections of your photo, and it adds a little more texture, and you can adjust that, add noise if you want to, or whatever. That's called gritty. It's not too bad. A fun one is CinemaScope. I like CinemaScope if I'm going to create maybe album art. If this is a picture that's going to go in like a CD case or something, I like the black bars up above. It also kind of scrunches the picture down in the middle a little bit, kind of gives it that album art look. If you're going to create that, that's fine. And of course, I got old photo setting, and that's going to make it look like an old photo. It also gives just a little bit of an edge around the outside and make it look like an actual photo. Okay. And there are some others down here. HDR is one that you can also, it's almost like gritty. It takes the darks and makes them darker. It takes the whites and makes them whiter. It's high dynamic range is what HDR stands for. It's kind of a neat look to it. And of course, there's some others here, and you can play with them all you want. But those are some features that I would use on a regular basis to try to alter this image, or alter your images, or improve them. I guess for this particular one, this building, I might just go with something maybe sepia, and just make it look like that. Maybe add vignetting to it also. You gotta apply this and then go back on sepia. There you go. So it's whatever you feel that you'd like to do. If I add, let's go back here to photo library, upload another one here real quick. Discard the changes, and I think I had another building here. Let's see. Oh, it was actually this one. It's not a building. Well, it is a building. It's our school building. So this is kind of a cool angle. You know what it is because you've seen it. But if someone were to look at this for the first time, they may not even know that this is a school building. They could figure out that this is the sky. Let's crop out this dark section over here at the left, though, and take just about this much and get rid of it. And then let's add a little rotation because it looks like it's going downhill here. So I'm going to add a little bit of rotation to the right. There we go. Maybe that's too much, but you get the idea. All right. And then I think I'll take this to HDR because what that'll do is really make those clouds pop. So HDR picture. Okay. Made the brick kind of look a little gritty too. Whatever you'd like. There's different features in ipiccy to make your photos enhanced or altered in some way. Good luck.